Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing well. Getting ready for a good weekend. Now we're going to do a record review today. What we got for you is something I showed in an earlier video, and it's just been blowing me away, so many different ways and different proportions I want to show it off. Andy Prieboy, Upon My Wicked Son. Now this is a very, very eclectic singer, musician, great songwriter. Guy has a lot of different styles to offer. Now, as you can tell, you might be able to notice I was really taken away right away by the sleeve. I saw it once before in the store, and then the second time I came back and noticed it, I picked it up. It was already in its shrink wrap and was untouched, and I couldn't be more pleased with this find. I'm very, very excited about this one right here. It was just a new artist I never knew of, and the guy just does great things. The record, the artwork, is actually done by a guy named David Sandlin, and the piece, the painting, or the, looks like a painting to me, is called Fallen Angel. I'm not sure if it was made especially for the record or not, but it's some really great stuff. But, you know, I don't really think bringing it up in the camera close is really going to give you the gist of how great it is, so I'd really more just recommend you just search Andy Prieboy Upon My Wicked Son in Google and under images, and then you'll see what it looks like up close. There's words inscribed on it. There's a lot of different characters going on with this man, you know, praying and bowing down before it, and it's just really, really good, passionate work, and I'd highly recommend checking this one out. Now, here's the record itself. Let me show you guys this. This is the actual record. It's a golden LP. It's on Dr. Dream Records. Alright? Dr. Dream. And it came out in 1990. My dog just opened the door. I didn't know that was possible. It must have not been actually closed all the way. But you already met her in my last video. So, I'm going to pop this record on for you guys and give you some information on the back side. Maybe meant on the flip side. Let's pop this bad boy on here. What you're hearing a little bit in the background is going to be side 1. Alright? Now I'll give you some background info. Maybe you guys would know more about this band. I never did. But there's a new wave band, new wave post-punk band called Wall of Voodoo. And they had 1 or 2 singles that were pretty well known. So, with that in mind, they actually had some pretty good success with a couple songs. First 2 records were put out when there was a singer named Stan Ridgway in the band. Now, Stan Ridgway from Wall of Voodoo left the band because of dealing with other band members being involved with drugs too much and a lot of stealthy, weird things going on. So, who was it that joined and replaced him as lead singer? Andy Prieboy. So Andy Prieboy is the singer for the last 3 records, placed out by Wall of Voodoo. Now, at the time, around that same time, he did some of his own solo work. So this is the first record, 1990. He put out an EP that didn't really offer too much different stuff. And then his second record, which was supposed to be really great, I think it's called Sins of Our Fathers, something along that line. Really great record. I haven't listened to it yet. It's supposed to be a really great record as well. Now, what you're hearing now, to go over some some tracks on the album. The record title, Upon My Wicked Son, it's actually taken from a lyric from a song called On the Road Again from a band called Canned Heat. Now, you might know Canned Heat, but I didn't know Canned Heat because I'm learning new stuff every day. And they were, you know, that song's a very popularly well-known song. So, Upon My Wicked Son is a lyric from one of the verses. Now, what you're hearing right now, he actually opens up the album with a nice little, in the very low chanting from the distance of the lyrics, and then bam, he comes in. And you're hearing the opening track of the album. It's actually a cover track of On the Road Again. Now, I listened to the original version, and it's a great song. And then I listened to it a couple times, and then I started listening to this, and, you know, I could say, like, it's a pretty impressive version for being a cover song, which song's so popular. And when everyone takes a cover song that's so well known and such a great song and decides to give their own twist on it, it's always a little bit ballsy. But you did good with it, so I'm impressed. So I hope you guys like that. Now, on the side 1, you know, there's another song. The next song is actually called To the Dogs. And the guy's just a really eclectic singer, very eclectic songwriter, and does a lot of different things. And the second song, it reminds me of carnival type of music, like I'm a Marilyn Manson fan. I really enjoy Marilyn Manson's work for different reasons. And he had that era when he was doing Sweet Dreams, the Eurythmics cover. You know, the big top hat like Willy Wonka. And he had that album, Smells Like Children, was out. And I feel like the next track on this side sort of has that feel. It's like wheels turning, factory-like, Oompa Loompa genre of music, like, and it's just like funny because that's not really a genre, but if it was, you'd definitely find Marilyn Manson music and then the next song on this on there. So that's cool. It's pretty cool stuff too. Let's play a quick little bit of that. You see what I mean? You know, just fun stuff, man. You know, every song is different. It keeps you going. It keeps you very interested along the way. That's for sure. Now, what I want to play for you now is a very popular song by him. That you guys might really know. This song is called Tomorrow, Wendy. Now, when I first heard the record, I was like, okay, and it didn't catch me all right away, but when this song came on is when I first thought, okay, this guy is obviously a good songwriter, because right away, with the feel and the tone of the song, I was sold. Now, some interesting background on this song, Tomorrow, Wendy. So this album came out in July 1990, right? Now, some guy on YouTube with something with Nixon in the name, thanks for the info by the way, another user on YouTube here left a comment on my last videos back where I showed this in a vinyl find about how this was actually a cover of a song by a band called Concrete Blonde. So I did my research and found out a lot of interesting info. It's actually the other way around, but it's confusing. Concrete Blonde released an album in May of 1990, and on that record they placed out this song Tomorrow, Wendy, and Andy Prieboy does some guest vocals. Now 2 months later, Andy Prieboy's first record, this one, came out, and he had this song on there as well. And the lead singer of the band Concrete Blonde, Johnette Napolitano, she actually returned the favor and did guest vocals on the song and does it during like Wendy's, so-called Wendy's verse. You can hear it now. So you have this rare instance, it doesn't really ever happen, where the cover version of a song was actually released to the public before the original song, which is really, really cool stuff on its own. So that's where the confusion comes from. But to clear that air, it's true. Tomorrow, Wendy is an Andy Prieboy song, written by Andy Prieboy, and Concrete Blonde and Andy Prieboy sort of shared it. There's like a brother and a sister version of the song, which is cool. Now, the story of this song, it's like the chorus is, you know, tomorrow's Wendy's gonna die, so it sounds sort of sad, and like, what's this all about? The song is actually about Andy had a friend named Wendy, and she found out she had AIDS, and then after finding out she had AIDS, it actually led to her committing suicide. So Andy wrote that song about the situation, and there's some really interesting verses in here. Like if you read the lyrics, really deep stuff. You know, Wendy battling with dealing with God and being really angry with Him, and you know, believing in Him. And then, you know, when this stuff happens, sometimes people just get angry with God, and that's, you know, I mean, God is God, because even though you're allowed to be angry, He still loves you. He understands that stuff, you know. So it's very interesting stuff to read. Really great stuff. Now, you're gonna want to check out that song Tomorrow, Wendy. Now to jump to side 2. Again, you hear how it goes from that, and then listen to this first song on side 2 called Man Talk. You know, the stuff's all over the place. Again, evil carnival music, like Bob Dylan. I feel like doing a Thriller. So it's cool stuff, right? But here's the song I want you to hear. This is another great song. So you can change tastes just like that. This song is called Loving the Highwayman. and it's very, very country-esque. It has a really great country sound to it, and to me, it's almost like it's the Tomorrow Wendy of side B, you know? So, great stuff there. And then they played this, if you really want to step out there and really see how out there he can get, there's a song called The New York Debut of an LA Artist, and it's also called Jazz Crowd. I'll play it on the way out of the video, but it's out there, man, and it's awesome stuff. So yeah, all in all, you know, Andy Prieboy, Upon My Wicked Son. If you guys come across this record, it'd be in your best interest to not pass it up. It's actually kind of rare, as far as I know. You know, it's out of print, so you won't come across it all the time. I caught a glance of it and decided to go for it, and it's just one of those record store finds where you don't really know what you're going to get, and you just end up surpassing what you expected, and those are always the best feelings, and you know, that's what we're always going for, right? That vinyl find and the excitement of finding something brand new that you love. And this is definitely one of them, you know? So check this out. He's a very different songwriter, very eclectic guy, has a lot of different tastes. Supposedly his second record's great too. I can't wait to hear it. Just have a lot of good records recently. I have a nice batch of these records that I'm finding recently that I just never knew what I was getting, went into them not really knowing, and end up really just being great stuff. So it's exciting, you know? It's music-wise. These days have been pretty exciting for me. So check this out if you can. Great stuff. 1990, Dr. Dream Records. You won't be let down. Look up some stuff on Google and YouTube. Try to get your hands on my copy of this. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope it's something new that you never heard of. Now let me close you out with this really nuts song, Jazz Crowd, just so you can get a good idea how out there he can be. Go. Once you hear how it goes from the end of this and jams right into that next song, you won't see coming. Turn that bad boy up for this one.
Jazz crowd, our critics smoking, college girls barking at college type Joes. Jazz crowd, walking around the gallery, walking around the gallery. Where'd all the dip go? Where'd all the dip go? Where'd all the dip go? Is there any more red wine? Any more red wine? Where'd all the dip go? Where'd all the dip go? Jazz crowd, sizing up the pictures, strange crucifixions, bleeding on the wall. It's an execution, this dog has its day. This exhibition's an artist from LA. LA artist, meet him for breakfast, meet him for breakfast. What do they know? What do they know? Where'd all the dip go? Where'd all the dip go? Where'd all the dip?
It's great stuff, guys. Really, please check it out. So, with that being said, take care. Hope you guys have fun.